Hi, this is Deacon John Wilson, Education Enrichment Director for West Angeles Church. You all know that. I'm here with the first in a series of interviews of our favorite schools, and they're in our top 10. And one of them is CSU Bakersfield. No, you didn't hear wrong. I know how y'all be thinking, San Diego State, Long Beach. Warning, a very serious truth coming. Long Beach and SLO, that's what y'all thinking, but it's fine if your student has super grades. I have good, sure, I attract good students. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Y'all know I have some really good students who have high grades, but there's also good students that are 3.0, that are 3.2, 3.3, 2.9. Some of those students have gone on to become some of my greatest leaders and business people. So I'm not going to ignore them. And then beyond that, I've had a couple of A students, 3.8, go to Bakersfield and tear up. So I don't know. I think we need to learn all of the CSUs as I enter into a CSU period. Our next meeting we're going to have in next Sunday evening, I'm going to talk about CSU and how to get there and give you a lot of great information. So it's good that we're starting off with CSU Bakersfield. And I have here on your right, Veronica Bethamy, who's the outreach director of CSU Bakersfield, and her associate, Miss Natasha Harris, who is as I understand, the EOP director. And there's something else she does. Is that the right title for you, Sister Natasha?
That sounds good to me.
Okay, I
That
did.
sounds good to me.
There's other stuff you do too. I'll ask you about them for sure, okay? Before we end, I want people to hear what Bakersfield is all about in a few minutes here we have. So, Sister Veronica, give a quick overview of your background. I don't think we've officially ever met, but what's your origin? Give you a superhero origin story. Sister Harris, I'm coming to you in a minute. Go ahead.
As you mentioned, my name is Veronica Pathay Amy, and my current role here in Bakersfield at CSU Bakersfield is the Director of Student Outreach, Access, and Support. I've been at CSUB now for going on 18 years in a variety of different roles. I started off in the Office of Admissions and Records. That's no longer even an office anymore. So that was
Oh,
many moons ago. It's been a minute. So started off as an evaluator. And
oh,
in that role, I actually worked with Natasha in admissions and records. And so Natasha and I have worked together for a number of years, longer than we probably care to admit. It's been a while. But I started off there in admissions and records as an evaluator. I've also been an advisor on campus in the Department of Liberal Studies. I've worked along with athletics as the athletic certifier here on campus. In a
oh.
previous role, I was director, yes, athletic certifier up until a couple of months ago. So I was the
I have a
certifier
question
for
about that a little later then. Go ahead.
yes. Um, Also, in a previous position, I was the director of special populations, admissions for special populations, which included athletic admissions, graduate admissions, and international students and programs. So and this is an old country saying, from the rooter to the tutor, I've done it all.
Yeah, that's kind of a mid-Atlantic thing. That's cool though. You know my origin story, so I know what's up.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that and have a little fun with the people. So, Sister Natasha, I guess I got a part of your origin story, but go ahead.
All right. Yes. So, like Veronica said, I've been here about 18 and a half years here at the university. Started in admissions with her, went on to do transfer admissions, overseeing transfer admissions here for the university, and created a
Oh,
transfer
really?
center. Uh-huh. I know. Yeah. Transfers and initiatives, transferring two, transferring four. Did that for a few years, loved it, got our center open, and then went back to admissions to oversee the admissions team as the lead admissions officer, and did that for a few years before. Yeah, processing all those applications. All 18,000 was a wonderful team. We
Whoa.
did a great job. Team did. And then left there and went to student affairs, where I had the privilege and opportunity to serve under Dr. Thomas Wallace and overseeing several initiatives for the university.
which include our Excel Scholars, which is our Male Success Initiative here at the university, and the creation of our Sankofa Scholars for our African American females. And so now I'm back under the Division of Student Affairs and Strategic Enrollment Management as the new Director of EOP. So very excited about this opportunity and this journey that we are going on.
Well, a lot to ask you about in a second. I just go back and forth since both of you all are very, I'll say this, parents, now at toward the end, they'll be present in our Family Life Center on November 1st. That's the day we've set aside to have them speak to students. Listen, parents, I want you to tell your friends. I want y'all to pack out. Get it so that my little room that seats 30 up there is too small. Make me have to move to the chapel. I dare you. I dare you to force me to go to the chapel. This is a great school. Let's get into it's kind of a it's wrong to say it's an acquired taste, but it is a very underrated school. All right, let's give them let me just pretend I'm a parent here, Sister Veronica, and I'll go to Sister let her follow up too. Why I want to have my student go out there to Bakersfield? They're burning crosses and they're burning crosses and have white hoods out there. I don't want to send my baby no Kern County. To that you say,
I say that I am born and raised in Bakersfield. Never in my life have I seen a burning cross or anything of that nature. So rest assured that won't be a problem. But as a parent myself, who has also had 2 out of 5 of my kids attend here at CSUB,
oh,
one thing, yes, 2 out of 5 that are now either have graduated from college or are currently attending. Bakersfield to me is a place where you can truly feel like you're at home. It's a homely feel. You can get to know your instructors. You can get to know the president, who also happens to be Black. You can
I
get
want to
to know
meet
the
him.
you want to meet him. You definitely do.
Okay,
You definitely do. Just the feel of being connected. Natasha and I are both from here. She'll tell you about herself, but you have like a sense of family. And again, just the resources, the opportunity to network, the opportunity to not only go to school here and graduate from here, but then also have a sense of, where am I going after graduating from there? And sometimes you don't get that on other campuses because you're one of thousands of students. I mean, we have thousands of students here too, but just the opportunity for networking after you graduate, you can't beat that.
good point. Sister Natasha, follow up or whatever you want to do for a few seconds here. Go ahead.
I agree with Veronica. I'm a native of Bakersfield, born and raised, went to
Didn't
all
know
the local
that.
high schools from that east side of town, how people like to classify it.
Right.
But one of the great things about this county is that, true, we may be a rare county, that's all right, but we love our cowboy boots. I'll give you our cowboy boots. But otherwise, this campus, like you said, it's really a home field. The opportunities that our students have here on this campus is key. I tell students all the time, one of the key things that we can do is we can walk into a room, and I travel around the campus often with students, and I like to walk in spaces with students. And I think one of the key things is our VP right now, he believes in bringing students into meetings. So if we're going to make decisions about the future of our students, we have students in the room to help us make those decisions. And so that's not something you can do on a lot of campuses. I never had that opportunity at San Diego State. But I've seen students sitting in meetings with me here at Bakersfield, which I think is key.
Well, a lot I could say. I'll just say this. You all might be surprised to know that my school's like, I know y'all growled at me last time. It's okay. Uh, like Bakersfield, Sonoma, Boise, parents, you hear me, in Grand Canyon. These are predominantly white schools, of course, and they're in states that you don't agree with. But I have never, ever had any kind of issue with race in any of those schools. There was one that looked like in one of them, but then we found out that was black kids that initiated it. I was so ashamed. One of my students was involved. Where I hear the stuff happening, parents that will surprise y'all don't have to comment. It's dangerous for you. New England schools, I get a lot of complaints. What is going on with it? The place where you don't expect it, but in the South and your school and others, it seems to be coexisting. So I just want to make sure parents, you hear what I think about what they just said. Well, I'm not surprised what they said at all. Anyway, so Sister Veronica, what are some of the, I'll go to you, Sister Natasha, a minute. I hope you talk about those last two groups you mentioned when you were introducing yourself. I'm extremely interested, particularly in Sankofa for a lot of reasons. But Sister Veronica, what are some unique things you see about either the academics or the life at Bakersfield that make Bakersfield distinct from maybe other even state schools? And you mentioned the size. That's a great point. I've forgotten about that. Go ahead. Anything else?
I'll give this example of Bakersfield just being the one of the smaller campuses within the CSU system, and why that's beneficial is you get to know your instructors, which, for some students, that's key. They
Yes.
know you by name, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. If they don't see you in class, that's a bad thing because they'll know, Veronica, why were you not in class? But for students that may need that additional support, especially if you're planning to major in a STEM major, if you're going to computer science or engineering or one of those majors, to not just be another number or to be a student ID number, but to be an actual person and a student where your faculty and the instructors get to know you and can offer that additional support. That's one thing to me that is key here at this campus, as well as, just being able to find quiet spaces to study. Some people take or may not think
Yeah.
about things like that, but when you go to another campus and there's 40,000 people there and there's noise everywhere, sometimes just the calmness of just being able to experience quietness can be key to your success. And so that's one of the things that you'll get here at this campus is not being just another number and being able to, experience oneness with a campus.
By the way, is Panda Express still there?
Panda Express is still there.
I'm sorry, that was a personal question. I'm sorry. It's a personal question. Uh,
Panda Express is here, but we also have a black chef who is from New Orleans. So if you're looking for
Wait a minute
some
now.
gumbo,
That's since I came up there last then.
it's been a couple of years now. I've been eating gumbo on Thursdays and Fridays for a couple of years. Fried fish, fried chicken.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay, that would be a uniqueness. Uh, More to that later. I think I know part of the campus is in that central part rather than over at the union area, student union area, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I don't get over there enough. I should have. All right, Sister Natasha, you heard all that. Anything you want to add? And make sure you comment on Sankofa and the Black Men's Excel group, I think it's called at your campus. Go ahead.
Yes, yes, yes. So when Veronica talks about the one being one, that's one thing that we really want our students to know and see. We want them to be seen, recognized, and heard. So last year we launched our Sankofa Scholars Program. This is a program for our first year African American females. They are in a CSUB Introduction 1029 class, which is a first year seminar together with a Black professor, Chanel Tyus. And so the girls really just get to learn, they get to bond, they get to become one with one another. They're reading African American books and just tying all that education. But the key thing to that is also mentoring. So we have CSUB faculty, staff, and alumni, community members that are now pouring back into these young ladies. So we're on our second cohort of this group, and we are loving it. And so this is an opportunity. They're doing a year-long stretch. So they do their 1029 in the fall, and then in the spring, they get to do their ethnic studies course with another one of our former chair of the ethnic studies department here, Dr. Salisbury. So this is really introduction for them to really bond and get to know the campus, but also get to know the community as well. So we have doulas and leaders of the current high school district, our local district, and nurses all involved inside of that program, inside of our Sankofa program. So it is an amazing program for our first-year African-American females. And the key things, we want to make sure that they are supported while they're here on their journey and that they are successful. Sankofa was birthed. Go ahead, you got a question. Sankofa was birthed from our Excel Scholars program.
Okay.
And that is our CSU Male Success Initiative program. We have a little bit over 200 males inside of that program. Average GPA for them is a 3.0, with about 65% of them being STEM majors. That is within the STEM field, anywhere in that computer science, engineering, math. But it is really a group. We average a 3.0. We average a 3.0 GPA across 6 cohorts. So I'm very proud of these gentlemen. And for these gentlemen, it's more about not only connections to the campus, but we're focused right now on what happens after you graduate. Because I can get you to graduation. I can negotiate. We can get you to graduation, but what happens after you graduate from this university? So that's what our focus now is. What are we doing? Are we going to grad school? I mean, are we getting a job? What are we doing? So it's building a sense of brotherhood for them. They do barbershop talks. Just got done negotiating.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
7. So we are taking our males to the country club who probably don't even know nothing about a shirt and tie, but they're going to dress up for the day. And we're going to go and enjoy a meal at the country club and learn how to properly eat with forks and spoons and knives. So these are the kind of things we're focusing on. And how do they network? How do you network across dinner? How do you stand in a room and introduce
What do you
yourself?
ask? What do you say?
Yeah.
Again, you might want to comment. I don't know. See, here's what I think. This is where you got to hear everything I think about this. I have always thought that Black student participation programs are not for race reasons as much as they are for retention and being around similar culture and getting students to make it to that second year and that third year. And I remember when I came out with my videos and people hated me and loved me for them, where I was saying CSU, like an open letter to CSU and UC. And CSU seems to get it more than UC. UC wants to fight and wants to say race is cool. Y'all don't have to comment on this. But I accept I detect that CSU is being smarter. I have a great article I'll share with you that I'm going to do a reaction video to. And I'll make sure you all see my video. I love to hear about programs like that, Sister Natasha, because if I have a child in your school, if I just get them to you, this has been my strategy, just get them to people like y'all, and they're going to finish college, and they're going to learn how to deal with white folks, and they're going to get work. I detected in that's what you're concerned about, how they're going to adjust society. You don't have to comment on that, but I'll see if you want to.
I'll say no. I think we at the CSU, the Cal State University system, is serious about it. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we launched a Black Student Success Initiative across our 22 CSU campuses. Our former chancellor challenged each one of us to find 3 things on our campus that we need to fix in order to support Black students, staff, and faculty. And each campus, Bakersfield, take it very seriously. We created our Black Student Success Center, which launched in February of last year. Our students have a dedicated space on this campus. So when you talk about going in and being authentically you, we go in there and be authentically you. It's coming in.
I want to make sure my students come out. I want you to tour them through there. I want them to see it and see if I have parents with me. We're going to get a couple of vans to get over there. Y'all know that. We're planning that in November. So that's really good. Sister Veronica, I started coming up there 30 years ago. Wasn't no STEM. Now you have an engineering building. She's bragging about it. You're nodding your head, and it's my perception that STEM is growing at Bakersfield. What is happening?
We're just truly just understanding the needs of our community as well as what the students are looking to major in. And so in response to that, we have, acquired engineering programs as well as a doctorate in nursing program. So
know that.
Yeah. So we have, a bachelor's of science in nursing. We have a master's in family nurse practitioner. and now a doctorate in nursing as well. So in response to what the community is saying as far as the job market, as well as beyond the community, we're launching programs that are needed.
Well, I tell you, you guys, why do I say you guys? Why do I do stuff like that? I don't know. You great ladies are going to be at our church on the 1st of November. I'm hoping that, a lot of people see this video. It'll have time to get around, which is why I'm doing this. I'm starting to learn the algorithm, you guys, and see about this. And we're going to see if we get a lot of people out of town that are interested. I'm going to stream it from our Family Life Center, but I want to have as many as can be there, be there. It'll be great. And then we're planning some other connections with you. Once students have applied and you guys are over in Fullerton or around places, you'll let me know. And we'll see if we can get applicants over there and 11th graders over there and getting to know more about your school. There was a time we were sending 14, 15 students a year to Bakersfield back in 17, 16. A lot of them are alums now, seeing this video cracking up, I'm sure. Shout out to y'all. I know y'all see this video. But because they're
And let me say this.
Go ahead.
Since we have been in this video and recording, I just got a text message from a student of yours who contacted me. I still keep in contact with all my LA students. That's one thing that we can say is that we become like aunties. And this
Yeah,
particular student,
it's
I want
always
to say graduated, I think she graduated in like 2015, but
yeah.
she
I have a
just texted
bunch in
me and
that whole
said
era.
that
I have a bunch in that era.
yes,
Woo.
yes. That she applied for a position at Compton Community College and she wanted to, use me as a reference and she wanted to let me know I'll probably be getting a phone call. But the success of the students that you send, I have to thank you and West Angeles Church because they have been phenomenal students. We have not received any student from that area that has not been successful. And so
Yeah,
we definitely appreciate it.
we need to get back to that, and we're doubling down on things that worked before, right? It's about 5 of our schools. Y'all are one of them where that's worked right in the past. You're still a good rock throw away, but we can get to you. Just going up over the hill, me and Yard are going to get those vans and go up. But yeah, that's a good point about former students that I made, and you just enhanced. All right, well, I want to thank you all very much for being here. It went a little over, but I think this will be filled with information for our students, and maybe we'll involve you some other our promotional aspects for that day. We'll figure out some clever way to do that, even beyond the shorts we'll cut here. God bless you. Thank you, parents, for coming for this. Thank you all very much. I know you're busy this time of year. I know I'm crazy, but glad you came. So the Lord knows what your schedule looks like this week. I don't even want to know because mine's busy, so I know what yours looks like from the college perspective. All right.
Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you having us.
All
Thank
right.
you. We look forward to seeing you guys.
Okay.